yeah, same, right?
Hello and welcome. We are back to the Drunken Guardian Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Danny Martinez, and I hope everybody hears me because I'm not using the Twitch thing anymore. I'm using OBS by itself. OBS Studios, strictly. I wanted to play around with it and see how it works. So
Hopefully, the video aren't working.
hopefully it works out okay. You guys hear me okay? You guys hear the cast okay? Everyone's good? Yeah, I'm your host. This is episode 54. Hi, Leticia. Hi, Huertas. What was I gonna say? So, wow, I'm really thrown off right now. Today we got boneless bones. I think it's mostly because of the camera thing. So if you notice again that we don't have the cameras on yet again because it's my laptop. I don't know what that, but you're just gonna have to be stuck with audio only for the rest of the guys until I figure out what I could do to fix it. But we got boneless bones here. What's up, Kevin?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Boneless Bones back at it again with the stream with the lads. How's it going,
guys? Randy Ragnarok
is me. Kevin does sound just like a little bit low.
Yeah, you are. You sound like you're far from your mic.
I put it at 50 because I was too loud.
No, you definitely were, but now you're like a little too low.
You guys are right out. Give me a sec.
And then we got Sober Guardian, Danny.
Hey.
So today I'm going. Oh, okay. we lost Kevin. And so today, I was gonna go straight to the alcohol real quick before this shit waters down on me. So I made myself a Resident Evil cocktail. Resident Evil cocktail. I'm calling The Cure, and The Cure's got some like little straws I think that are kind of cool too. It's got gin, it's got grenadine, it's got Galliano, which is an Italian liqueur. It's got some allspice dram, which is pretty much just a bunch of different spices and stuff. Green chartreuse, which is another amalgamation of spices and things. Liquor 33, and honey. Now, the thing with this is that I trying to find something. I was thinking like syringes or something to put into this, but I think the syringe thing has been done before. I wanted to put Dory on one side and the blue curacao on the other, so people can like choose and pick what they want to put into the drink, kind of like Cure, because one of them's blue kind of thing. So putting him in Dory right now, like green tint, kind of see that. That's my cocktail. What are you guys up to? You guys drinking?
Water.
What?
Seriously?
Yeah, I have no alcohol. I'm literally drinking water.
Oh shit.
Okay. Sober Kev is boring.
Sober Kev is boring.
Fuck you guys.
Oh man, what are you drinking, Randy?
Just a gin and tonic.
Gin and tonic.
But I'm changing up the glass today.
Now.
Hold on, here we go. Can you see me real quick?
Yeah.
Am I good?
Hey,
dude, Dragon Ball cup.
Gohan?
It's still Dragon Ball theme, but it's Ultimate Gohan this time.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not mentioning anything till somebody else mentions it.
What happened?
Don't do it.
No, I'm not gonna mention. I'm not gonna mention anything.
Mention what?
Nothing. I'm gonna have like a tab for the shit I'm gonna owe. So I'm trying not to build up that tab right now.
Yeah.
Oh, in terms of like Dragon Ball Fighters and shit like that.
Yeah. I was trying to avoid. Me and Kev were streaming Dragon Ball Fighters on what was it, Tuesday, Kev?
Yeah.
And,
well, I'm pretty sure if it's like on topic, you could like talk about it.
You're frozen
without like him having shots. Am I? I am.
You didn't take it off. Yeah, I was trying to avoid some certain characters and stuff because I'm not caught up with Dragon Ball Super. So I was trying.
No, but that's Ultimate Gohan, so you're fine.
Yeah, well, I know Gohan exists, so yeah. What has everyone been playing today? Me, I have been playing a little bit of The World Ends With You, Neo, not too much, mostly Final Fantasy. And some game that I'm reviewing as well, which I can't talk about yet, but I've been doing a game review also. What about Kevin?
Pizza Boy 2.
What was I playing? I don't think I was playing anything this week. Like seriously, I think
What
I
are you
did.
talking
Like,
about? Didn't you say you did like 16-hour Dragon Ball Fest or some
no,
shit?
I did. I mean, I did matches, but like, I mean, like that was one day. Like after that, I didn't play anything the entire week. I've been playing mainly Dokkan, Dragon Ball Dokkan, so I haven't been playing fighters except for the day that I streamed with you, and that day I played I think 250 matches, and then I played with you, and I was like,
150.
I'm a little
Hey,
burnt
Vora,
out.
how you doing? How you doing, Vora?
Hey, Bora, what's going on? Oh, cheers. But yeah, that's all I played. I wasn't doing anything crazy this week.
Okay, Randy.
What did I play this week? I started playing Crash to Insanity.
How was it?
What else? And just the World Ends With You, really. That's about it.
How's Crash for you?
Last time I played it, it was a demo when I was a kid, so that was like interesting to say the least. The game is kind of jank. It's really, really fun. The soundtrack is amazing, but God, it's so frustrating to play like old games in a good way, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking World Ends With You keeps on getting better. Obviously, how far'd you get?
Not far at all, dude. Like I'm
20
not.
20 minutes after you guys
Probably.
What is it today? Actually, I played for I think I'd say like 6, almost no, not 6 hours, 5, 4. I don't know. I played for a decent amount of time. I finished.
How's the story?
It's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
But even though last time I played, I was at 47% from like the save, and then when I did another save, after finishing like a decent portion of it, because I got through it like a day and a half, I'm still at 47%. So this game's fucking massive.
Was that just the base story?
Yeah. Because it's I'm also trying to do like a lot of the side shit that I could. The what is it? Like doing more of the social interaction boards, and every single day, like if you go to like the kind of pause menu, you could see like in your story notes, like it'll tell you a bunch of different side shit of like, oh, someone might need your help in a certain area, or someone might be in here, or like there'll be different kind of branches that you could do for a certain story, even if it's just like the main part. So yeah, I'm assuming that I'm gonna have to keep going back to like certain days to like do the alternate, if there is an alternate. Maybe it's just like a false sense of choice that they're giving. No, because some games do
RPGs
that.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like you say yes, you go with yes, you say no, and then your character is like, I don't want to, but it's the right thing to do. So it's like yes or yes, take your pick.
So number one, Vora, what old games have you been playing that have funny glitches and stuff? But also Danny, what have you been playing?
I played a little bit of a World End With You.
You're probably farther than me.
Probably not. I just can't get into it. I'm trying to, but I can't. I find the game to be. I've played better JRPG games, way better JRPG games.
Well, it's definitely not a classic JRPG.
It's not, but it's besides the combat to me right now is just driving me nuts because it just feels like it's just a constant button smasher. You know, I don't feel like there's any strategy behind it right now. You know, you press one, you smash one button to get another, to get your, to link your noises. You know, it just feels like a constant smash. And so that's kind of a little repetitive. I don't feel like there's much challenge in that. And I got to the hard mode, and I put it on hard.
So you're past me.
Yeah, I just unlocked the hard and I did a bunch of them. Chains to try it out. And I'm like, this doesn't really feel that much harder. It really doesn't.
Oh, I will tell you one thing though. With the okay, so you're at 10 chains now, or still 5 chains?
10.
10. 10. It's still very doable. Once you reach the 15 chain part, it actually starts getting a lot worse because for some reason, like as you progress through the whole reductions, it's not like the difficulty stays within the same, so that the monsters are still doing 200 damage per reduction. Yeah. It starts off really slow for the first 5. You do the next 5, and it's still like a decent kind of like normal challenge. Like it's still a little easy, but not too easy. And then once you get to like reduction 12, the monsters start hitting you for like 2,000. and it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, and again, I can see that. It's just doing these long, like, because when I did the 10, I'm like, this just takes forever.
Mhm.
Like a battle that's the only way to make the battles interesting, right? Whether it's an RPG game, Final Fantasy, whatever you call it, securing whatever. It's a battle, so the only way to make the battle interesting is challenging is by doing the max chains, maxing them all up,
Yeah.
so you can get max everything, right? But
Mhm.
it's so fucking long that I don't want to do it, and
Yeah.
that's what's kind of killing me
I
because
think
like,
I think
do
it's just
understand.
because you have a baby right now. I think that's what it is.
no, it's not.
No,
that.
honestly,
It's
he
super
does have a point.
repetitive. It's really long. But he's doing 15. I just did 10. He's doing it 15. And I'm like, I'm not even really doing it. Like, you're just doing it to level up or to play or to progress the game. And it's like, this is kind of boring. And you're kind of smashing the same, again, you're smashing the same, like, 4 or 5
For-
buttons, whatever it is. And you're doing the same thing. There is no real strategy behind it. And that's the part that kind of gets me. And the storyline aspect is good. I'm not the biggest fan of it because I didn't play the first one, and I think you have to play the first one to be a full fan of what's going
To
on right now.
appreciate it. To appreciate it, yes, but you don't have to play the first one in order to just enjoy the game for
I
what
think
it
to
is.
appreciate it,
Yeah.
because right
No,
now
no,
this
because the
story
thing is, like, you could still play it, and it's like Neo is its own story, even though it is tied with the first one. The first one, playing it will only give you an understanding of like some of the characters that are mentioned throughout the story, but it's not like you don't need to know them because they do end up like offering this kind of like, oh, just in case for someone that's new, this is a little tidbit of what happened that just tells you enough without telling you everything, so that it'll pique your interest to playing the first one, possibly, if you want to do that.
But it's the way that they're going about doing it. It's like I feel like in the beginning when it first was set up, it had like these great cinema scenes that they showed. That if they did more of that, I would be into it. But because it's this really cheesy, just dialogue menu, and whether they're talking actual dialogue or whether you have to read it, it's the same exact thing. It looks the same visually. So and then visually, it's a little boring. So it's not really dynamic that really brings me into it. And then it's like,
You're just hard to please.
no,
You're
this
just
the
hard to
game.
please.
This one is just not. Doesn't seem it's out of all the JRPG games, this is not my favorite. Like Yakuza's definitely
It is
way above
It is definitely
this.
an acquired taste, and yeah, Yakuza, even as silly as it can be, it still aims more of a true JRPG than
And even if it wasn't like had the
7, right?
silliness part of the
Like a Dragon.
like a
Yeah,
dragon.
7.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, I
never
wasn't
played
sure.
it. I never played any of the rest of them. I heard none of them are like that, but still, it's just I feel like, and then the money aspect. Like I'm not sure of anybody else, but like, what's the point of money if because you're doing all these crazy chains, you're getting all these
Getting a lot of money,
pins,
yeah, and
and
selling the
because you're getting
pins.
these pins, you sell them all. I sell all but one always every time. I always like to keep at least one of each. Right now, that's what I'm doing. But then I feel like I have infinite money because I just buy everything in every shop that I go to. And if I don't have money, I do 10 chains, I'll do the 5 to 10 chains, whatever it is, real quick. And I have a buttload of money again. So it's like, money's pointless very early.
To everything that you say, like there is either a point where I agree or it's kind of a thing that like you kind of just have to keep on going with the game, because I felt the exact same way, honestly. The money that they throw at you, it's a fuck ton. The items in the stores, they do start to get more expensive, but also progressively the money pins that you get are a lot more limited, and also the drops for the same repetitive ones do become a bit more limited as well. It does kind of set you back the further you go, and the difficulty does start to like ramp up a bit, more so because of scarcity than anything. The chains are definitely repetitive. I do agree with you in that. With the whole button mashing thing, yes, but it also, like, because there's so many different psychs that even though some of them do very similar things, if not the same ones, there will have to be a kind of like, I guess, combination of pins that you yourself will be comfortable with, because your party does increase and then you have a lot more to do. Because me personally, I have this, it's a combo of Fret does health regeneration, Rindo, he's just a full-on like bruiser, and there's a lot of snare with like a snare and a slow that I have to like keep everything kind of in place for me.
Yeah.
So with full CC, it's a whole different thing. It's all about just like finding your play style. I personally hate the bomb pins, but I know that there's probably someone that'll like it. Maybe you'll like it. Who the fuck knows? But I do agree with a lot of the things.
I like that was slower than that. I got the bomb pin.
Oh, do you like them?
No.
No, they're terrible. They're fucking horrid.
All right,
I don't like those.
Let's move on.
They make sense because if you use a snare and a bomb, you could probably do some big damage. But I don't want to do that.
It's just
slow.
I'd rather just do snare beatdown. But anyways, go on.
So so just real quick, I always like to pay attention to the chat. The old games that Vora was talking about with Skate 3 and Tony Hawk Underground.
Fuck that games.
Yeah, I know, right?
3, old school game.
Yeah, I like those. Well, what was it? PS2 or PS3 at this point are retro. PS2 games or PS1 games are retro games now. They're considered retro games. Like, can you imagine what Super Nintendo is now? And just
PS1, I could say, PS2, not so much.
Yeah, well, I think PS2 you could maybe just say classic, the classic route.
Why did they mention Tony Hawk and Skate anyway?
He was just saying, or she was just saying, old games with a lot of funny glitches.
They, them, don't assume genders.
They them.
Yeah. Well, we're in 2021. Come on.
It's hard to figure it out. All right, so we're just gonna go on to the news now. We're just gonna go on, and some of the stuff that I have on the news, I remember that game. Some of the news that I'll mention is some stuff that I had on a previous video that I posted on YouTube. So I have been, this is my first video, but I'll be posting more individual news clips on YouTube. So I have my first one up that talks about a couple of things we are going to touch on here, because I honestly also wanted to know the other guys' opinions on these topics. So we'll talk about those. But first off, a really short one, but I want to know what everybody thinks. Yes and no is kind of game related, but Idris Elba on his Twitter, he announced that he is going to be the voice of Knuckles in the Sonic movie 2. And I wanted to know what you guys thought about that.
Just the voice, I mean, not gonna make or break it.
I think it's strange because he's got such a like a deep manly voice for someone like
so
a small
Knuckles.
Knuckles.
Knuckles has always had a really
Knuckles
rough
doesn't
voice.
have a he had a rough voice. So he does not have some like deep ass like
he does. He was the
voice.
That's the whole point of why people like them, because he was the dark, mysterious fucking character, you know.
I think that would fit more for Shadow.
No, Shadow was just edgelord. It's very
brutal. Shadow's different.
Knuckles, on the other hand, it's like he's rough. I'm gonna hit you, like kind of more like aggressive. And then he has Sonic that's like, oh, chili dogs, like that kind of shit. Like there's a lot of polarity with them.
I mean, I don't know why he's British now, but still.
Well, he's an actor. Maybe he's got an English accent.
Maybe he could Tom Holland it and make an American accent.
Yeah.
But I think Idris Elba is.
Just say Luther.
Yeah, Luther's voice is very distinguished. He doesn't have to. He's the one person in this industry who hasn't changed his voice, a British guy especially. So I don't think he will, because he's known for that voice.
I don't think he would, or needs to change his voice. I think if anything, he could do an English accent and it should be fine. But his voice is just as distinctive as like
Barry White's.
No, not even Barry White. I was gonna say like Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Or Barry White.
Sure. Kevin, what do you think?
I saw it on Twitter and I was like, okay, all right, I'm done with that. It was pretty much more like a high and buy situation. I saw it and I was like, I don't care.
Yeah, that's why I don't expect too much of this talk here. But I thought it was a really fun little like piece of tidbit news. Aura says Knuckles sounds like Toad, but a really deep voice, but not as scratchy of a voice. What does Toad sound like? I don't remember what
Toad is horrid. No, Toad is horrid.
Okay, but the reason why Vor mentions that is because Vor actually sent me a video of the voice actors of Toad, and Toad wasn't just like hello. It was more like a hello breakfast. It was like I swear.
What game is this?
This is Toad's first actual game, which was like a Tetris style game, and his voice was completely different. Like it was Red Toad and then it was Green Toad, and Green Toad had like a deep voice, and I was like, nah, get the fuck out of here. I swear, he showed me that and it changed my whole life.
What the hell?
I'm gonna link you guys the video. I swear.
Okay. Yeah. Do that. All right. So with that gone, we're gonna go to the next one.
Oh, thanks for having my opinion, bro.
You just said it.
Well, I was gonna say that
I wasn't gonna go in deep onto this. Like I was just this is a quick once over thing.
No, of course, but also Twitter needs Jesus.
Oh yeah, it does.
What? Why? What?
Because do you know how? Okay, do you know what the Sonic fan base is really like?
I got mad. I was gonna ask. Did people get mad over this?
Yeah.
No, it's not that they were mad.
No, they agreed.
It's that they're all happy with it, but now they're like questioning if they should really be sexually attracted to Knuckles.
Why does it matter?
Because it's Idris Elba's voice?
Because it's Idris Elba's voice. But this is also a community that was like beating off to Rouge the Bat.
Oh, Jesus.
So I'm like, Twitter, you need Jesus. Sonic, you guys need Jesus. But I still thoroughly approve.
It's not Twitter. It's just the Sonic community that's just condoning this type of stuff. Like,
Twitter do be thirsty though.
It's everywhere. I don't blame Twitter specifically. Social media in general, like they're everywhere. This type of community, and it's not just Sonic. Like look, you yourself was drooling over freaking Lady D for a while. Okay.
Yeah.
Because there are tall ladies. See, look, a giant lady,
a 9 foot tall lady, busty lady.
Even if she's not 9 feet tall, she could be like 6'3". If she's like tall as shit, she could have a big bosom, a large caboose, right? But you will not see a bat with titties.
With white hair.
I mean, people were actually trying to make shit up with Sonic and that human princess love interest thing. Like,
no, that
people didn't let that go. People didn't let
Sonic
that go. Yeah, they didn't let that go for a while.
There were some pretty weird undertones in that game, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sonic 06 was a whole mess. I don't know what we're talking about.
There's always what my point is, like there's always something. They're always gonna have something. So it's not just Twitter; it's everywhere.
You want to know what the rule of being online is? If it exists online, there's a rule.
Oh, Rule 34
of it.
Yeah. If it exists, there's porn.
Yeah. All right. So moving on from that, game director Gregor Punchitz had posted on his YouTube page that he was working with Gearbox to produce a vertical slice of a new Duke Nukem game. You can watch the video on YouTube now, and of course I'll post a link on the show description. It shows that like they were considering doing a third person gory, like action packed Duke, like just like any Duke Nukem game would be. He says that he hopes the reveal would spark some interest with the game community to make another Duke game. So he wants to keep the momentum going ahead. I guess to be a thing, like I guess like Deadpool did when freaking Ryan Reynolds leaked the Deadpool like test footage and shit like that. So what do you guys think of another Duke Nukem game? Should they do it? How should they do it? Etc. Etc. Kevin,
I'll go first. Oh, I was about to say I'll go first.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be as honest as I sober Kevin can be. Nobody gives a fuck about a Duke Nukem game. I'm gonna be because nobody gave a fuck about a Serious Sam game. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
So if they bring it up, like even if they're working with Gearbox is an amazing company, but nobody's gonna give a fuck about it. It's gonna be advertised, either gonna be advertised well, and nobody cares about it, or just go under the radar and nobody cares about it.
Now, do you think though that it's more of the character that they shouldn't be focusing on, or like what if they had really good like gameplay and action and all that, but they used Duke Nukem? You think Duke Nukem is a factor that will just destroy the game?
Because pretty much because of what they did with Duke Nukem Forever, and like what is that? When did that game come out? A shit and a half ago. Yeah. And then bringing out another Duke Nukem game after that, everybody's already going to assume that it doesn't matter the company, the name is already ruined. Like, there's certain game franchise that I'm not saying they need to die, but they need to die. Duke Nukem is one of them. Even if they give like a spin on it, I just don't see why they're like bringing, like literally beating a already deceased horse or bones at this point.
And what if they did like? I mean, so anyone else can answer this too. But what if they did like a character refresh? What if they changed him up a bit so he's not so like cringy like '90s style like humor?
I'm already over. What is it? What was it again? Character like a refresh, like reskinning a character and changing them up. Yeah, remakes because of DMC. Once they did that, I hate every remake of another character except for like.
Funny. You guys badmouth DMC a lot. I really liked it.
The game was great.
No,
a lot of people didn't respond well to the character.
I like
because that was Dante.
Yeah, that was Shadow. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow, son of Sparta.
No, like the game was. I played the game and I enjoyed it. It's amazing. I hate the character though. I prefer Virgil over Dante, and it's just because
Nero over Dante.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
Duke has been,
bro. I'm sorry. DMC4 Nero was a lot better than DMC Devil May Cry Dante. Like. Yeah.
But you want to know?
Let's be honest.
But you want to know my favorite scene? It doesn't relate to anything that we're talking about, but it does relate to Nero. The main reason I fell in love with DMC5, DMC3 is my favorite, but the reason I fell in love with 5 was because when Dante fights Virgil, it's spoilers. I mean, when Nero fights Virgil and he transformed for the first time.
Oh, doesn't he like fuck you or something?
Fuck you, and he flips him off, and I was like, instant climax.
It's like really edgelord teen, but at the same time, it's really funny how they deliver it.
Yeah, I feel like it was very rebellious. But go ahead.
What are your thoughts, Randy, on that Duke Nukem stuff? Or any ideas on anything that might work for it?
Okay, I think that Gearbox back then in their heyday, like Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, that would have been really fucking good because they would have made Duke Nukem funny while still maintaining some of the cringe, but not making him like overly cringe. Because from what I'm seeing, like it did have interesting kind of mechanics that they wanted to put into it. Because it had something of like the Deadeye from fucking Red Dead, while also mixing it with the. Did anyone play John Woo's Stranglehold?
Yeah,
a very long time. Yeah.
Yeah, it had some like kind of cinematic thing to that.
Yeah.
Because remember how like there would be those whole showdowns that like you'd control him and like move him side to side while also kind of dodging multiple people. It seems like they had that going on. There was a lot of like kind of glory kills and shit. Mm-hmm. It could have been something good. Can it be good now? Definitely not, because Gearbox has changed as a company themselves. Like even their humor for fucking Borderlands 3, like it just didn't hit the mark that it used to.
Mm-hmm.
I like part
3 and
Borderlands. So
you like Borderlands 3?
Well, I didn't play part 2. I can't remember. I didn't play part 2, and I really like part 3.
Well, you're gonna have to play. Did you play part 1?
Yeah.
Did you play fucking pre-sequel?
No.
We'll have a discussion after the podcast.
I really like to have fun. My Beastmaster was fun.
Okay, with 3, the thing is that it wasn't fun. The writing was just ass, and it got really stagnant super fast because every single character had one thing that you just didn't pick, and you maxed out the other 2 skill trees, and that's it. You were already overpowered.
Yeah,
but besides the point.
There was a few, but I did multiple types of skill trees for my Beastmaster. I didn't look up what was it, like the mid-max or whatever.
No, what is it? It was either like the green or the blue one that tended to be shit for every single person.
Oh yeah, there was one that was shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Out of the 3 trees, one was ass, and you only built the 2 that you needed, and that's it. But
Danny, what are your thoughts?
Current Gearbox wouldn't be able to do it.
What are your thoughts, Danny?
I agree with everybody else. I don't think the game is salvageable. I think the character itself is salvageable. I think the character is really stale, kind of like Doom Guy.
You said it's not salvageable?
Correct.
Okay.
I don't think it. I think it's like I said, it's not along the lines of Doom Guy and shit like that, where you can't really quite take it seriously. People like the Doom game, but they don't really take it. They don't like it that much. You know. And it's because the character's gone stale. It's a bad 90s, superhero type guy. Just lots of cheesy cliches, and you kind of have to keep it like that. And
I think
that's what it is. And if you try to change up, then it's just not going to be the same game.
I think my opinion is I can't say if it's salvageable. I probably still agree and say it won't be. but I think the game itself would still work if they would shut him up because he talks too damn much with all those
But
one-liners and
that's
stuff
also
like
the
that.
point of him, though.
That's
And,
the
no,
whole point of
I
him.
get that, and I'm not saying that to get rid of it completely. I'm just saying like you make a whole lot less of it and make it more about the gameplay and the action. And if you focus on that, and if the gameplay and the action is good enough, then hopefully people would overlook the one-liners that he does spew out every now and then. And even if they are one-liners, make it be funny and relevant, not some like stupid like fart joke or some stripper appearing out of nowhere and he makes a comment like he always does. Like if you make it more relevant and more of this generation, and I can see it's still working.
I don't think that this generation would work with it though. That's the issue, because Duke Nukem is a parody of every single action hero that like was present in the 80s and the 90s. All the cheesy one-liners, not shutting the fuck up, just kind of being annoying. Like you hated it. Steven Seagal, come on, he's cheesy as fuck.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He's super fuck. Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I like
fucking
Steven Seagal movies.
If anything, but it's like they have a kind of like novelty to them. But you wouldn't.
You also weren't born when a lot of movies came out, so you can't say shit.
Sir, that does not mean that I have not watched them. Relax.
I know,
relax.
But it's a different time when
no,
those
but
are the action movies that you have. You know?
Yeah, as a kid, bro, coming from a Mexican family, you think that we had like all these fucking action heroes to look after? No. I had fucking Willis, Stallone, Seagal, like it was the really fucking cheesy ones.
Willis, if anything, Seagal's a cheesiest. I don't know, but not by much. I mean, you got
Seagal's really cheese.
Like,
well, watch the movies again. Seagal's really cheese.
I probably have to watch them. I haven't seen them all. I haven't seen a lot of them since I was a kid. Like the newer ones, obviously, but you don't watch those.
Oh, dude, even then, the whole gonna say,
like,
he's a giant parody of just like all this shit. From the era that Duke Nukem originated from, because what it says here in the article too is that in 2008 they were working on it, right? That's
a whole generation
years from now.
Yeah,
that's 13 years from now when people were able to take a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Compare the humor from Borderlands 1 to Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 is hella fucking woke, and there's nothing wrong with women empowerment, but that's the premise of the game. There is no like Claptrap being raunchy or whatever the fuck. If anything, the raunchiest character is Mad Moxie, because that's just how her character was. Now, I could tell you for a fucking fact, there will be a glory kill with Duke Nukem where he's like, "Oh, you just got canceled." Like,
well, that's the point that I'm saying. He can still be funny, and not even him be funny. The game itself could just be funny in general and still be relevant.
But you realize
and make relevant jokes. They don't have to go with tits and ass and art jokes and things like that, like they used to do back then. You just said that Gearbox is capable of being woke and being
but the thing is that them being woke doesn't mean that. Okay, just because the jokes are relevant to the times does not mean that it actually hits the mark.
Yeah, no, of course not. And everyone's humor is different too. So
of course,
yeah,
and that's also why but also knowing what the character's humor is supposed to be. You're stripping that character of their identity if you change it for what it is now. If you want to just like pussyfoot and walk on eggshells to cater to a generation that's too fucking sensitive.
I think it's perfectly fine to change them up and see where it goes. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But like, I'm okay with them avoiding those type of jokes.
It's just there's a bit of a limit.
He can still be a smartass and like and wisecrack and say a bunch of stupid shit and still, I guess, what you say, respectful of
because even then,
go on
to
today.
be fair, a lot of the degradation wasn't necessarily like two women in Duke Nukem Forever. The first boss that you fight is this giant fucking like Cyclops, right? And this I remember from the demo, and also because I'm not gonna lie, I have the game. It looks great, plays like shit, but that's the novelty behind it because it plays like the old games, right? But the first boss that you fight, you bring him down before you rip his eye out by using his nuts as a fucking speed bag.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, it's like, all right, cool. Like you're also, attacking masculinity or whatever the case. But someone's gonna get offended regardless. And I personally just want to I don't know. I would rather avoid any of that. It's the same case as like why Bully 2 wouldn't work nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd have to be careful with something like that, and you'd basically be censoring yourself for a lot of the things that Bully kind of.
And also the things that Duke Nukem focuses on.
Yeah. All right. So there's that. The next article that we're gonna go on right now is we've mentioned this quite a few times. We're gonna still mention it again, and this is because I was finally up and ready to see what Abandoned was all about. And Abandoned, the PS5 trailer/demo that was supposed to go out on August 10th, Bluebox Studio has since apologized for like pretty much every few hours on Twitter, because I follow them on Twitter and I've been following how many damn apologies they've been posting on here. Their interactive trailer reveal failed badly. The game, quote unquote, would not launch and has since been postponed until they can patch the game at an unknown date and time. So it seems like the game is more and more of a failure thanks to the hype of it being a supposed Kojima game or a Silent Hill game, or even if it is just a legit indie horror game, I still think it's a failure now because it disappointed so many people. The community's pissed off. All the hype is kind of gone. A lot of people, I still follow them. They still post a lot of stuff. Like the fans or the followers, however you want to call it, they're really angry about how this is supposed to be a video trailer. This isn't a gameplay like demo. This is literally a video trailer that's interactive when you could just post a fucking trailer on YouTube and just be done with it. So they fucked up this release. They left a lot of people disappointed. Although they're also saying that this may be a marketing strategy, which, let's be honest, there's some people who are kind of hyped up about delays and mistakes and stuff and see where it leads. So it kind of got people's attention because of that. So what do you guys think of that? Do you think it's a marketing strategy? Are you interested at all in what they're gonna offer? Or I don't know.
I'm not
all over the
interested
place.
at all on what they're offering.
Now, why?
I don't like horror games anymore.
But are you interested in what they're trying to explain? Is like what this is supposed to be something new. This is supposed to be some interesting concept and supposed to be some good horror game.
Honestly,
Nobody knows what it is.
I think they messed up this marketing so much that it better be the next Coming to Jesus game because they put so much hype on themselves. And it might do great. It might be the next game. And that's why they're doing it, and they're just making sure everything's perfect. But they're having, to me, it sounds like a lot of technical difficulties. It's just gonna translate to a poor game later on.
You think the game itself is gonna suck, or just like glitchy or badly because of just the quality?
It's gonna be really glitchy. I think it'll be glitchy or badly. Yeah. Because I obviously already have a lot of glitches going on that they don't know how to solve before the game's for a demo to even come out. So if you can't get the demo or the beta, whatever it is, right, then
I'll tell you their biggest excuse that I noticed that they've been posting on their Twitter is that they're a small company, and you could only use that excuse like so often. So they keep on using that excuse, and I'm just like, if you're trying to make this quality game, not even horror game, but just a quality game in general, but you keep saying, oh, we're small, we keep fucking up, it's because we're small, you have to give us time because we're small, and I'm just like, there are games that are made by one person that has better quality than shit right now. Randy, what do you think?
I don't care for what they're putting out. With you saying the whole like, oh, it's a small, company, whatever the case, you're right. There's definitely a lot more things with better quality that one person has put out. One perfect fucking example is Lone Survivor that was made by one dude, fucking Jasper Byrne, that he did the soundtrack and as well as the character design, story, and whatever the fuck. There's really no excuse for shit like this. Especially if, as you said, it's not a fucking gameplay thing. Like, what's really wrong with it? Also, fun little thingy. The picture that they're using for the article, the dude has an eye patch.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking maybe this
People
could be like some Kojima shit.
People have noticed, yeah.
Fucking Venom Snake.
And the theory, because since this game or this trailer or whatever it is was supposed to release 2 days ago and then got delayed, the theory was that it was going to be released today because today is like the fucking anniversary of PT, the release of.
Yeah.
So, but that didn't happen because it's still not released. Kevin,
I don't know. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Not too interested in abandoned per se.
Yeah. What about you?
It's a fucking, that's an excuse because Tetris was made by a small team, so I don't want to hear shit. Mortal Kombat, the first
different from fucking
idiot.
High tech game.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if Tetris is like it doesn't require much, but it was made by a small team, that's not an excuse. You know what I mean? Like, even if it was
it's completely different because completely different era of gaming. There's way more technical involved than fucking having blocks.
No, but I mean, for its time though, what they had to do was a lot.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
and it was still a small team. Like,
if a game,
comparing
I mean, if you want to compare something, I'll give you 2 examples. The Five Nights at Freddy's franchise was made by one person.
Yeah, okay, that's
Scott Cawthon,
and then the same thing with Axiom Verge. Axiom Verge was also created by one person.
Mm-hmm.
Those are quality indie games, and even though they're not like photorealistic like Abandoned is trying to be, you should really focus on something else other than graphics if you're having that issue.
But that was my point. That it's like, even it doesn't matter the era of the game. If your team is small and your ambition is to make a amazing horror game, your team size shouldn't matter. Even though it does make it difficult, it doesn't make it impossible having a small team.
Well, you gotta realize there's publishers behind it, that are pushing. Yeah, it's a small team, but doesn't mean.
But their main,
but that's a small game.
But that's what I'm saying. But their main excuse is what I'm going with. I'm not going with what like the outside reason. I'm going with what they're saying. Yeah. I'm literally like, if you're saying your team
on us because we're small.
Yeah. Stop. Like, we're a small team. I was like, okay, cool, but that doesn't change the fact that you still need to get the game out because you want these goals to be met. You want to give these trailers. You want to do all these things.
But I think what they mean is that we're a small company, so we have some glitches that we're trying to make sure it's perfect before the game comes out. Because
that's why you quality test things. That's why you plan things ahead of time. And I'm not saying they're not allowed to have things, go wrong every now and then. But the fact that they've been marketing this game in the beginning, it was a quote unquote Silent Hill. This is a Kojima thing. And then now they're saying that it's not. And now like they're buried even deeper because the whole conspiracy thing got out of hand and they never really cleared it up until like the last minute. And now they're having this interactive trailer when they could just regular trailer. It's really bad planning and marketing on their part. Aside from the technical difficulties, I think if they didn't have all this stuff behind them, like the conspiracy theories and this interactive trailer, if they just had like a gameplay demo that just went wrong for the first week, I think people would be more forgiving. And they would wait more, but that's not the case. It's a constant fuck up every single month. We're hearing something about Bluebox and something they're saying or doing. That's my opinion.
That's why I said I think they pumped themselves up. They pumped this up way too big with what's going on.
Yeah.
It got way too much publicity that is probably a little bit out of hand. And they say controversy makes cash, but if your game's not good and the game comes out to be average. Even if it's average, it's gonna be bombed on. So
yeah, if it is average, if it's unique, then hopefully it does well. I'm still hoping that it does well, but right now I'm very agitated at the fact that they did this. This reminds me of you guys know the game Fez.
Yes.
So Fez was very, very popular game and people were clamoring for a part 2 and they bugged the developers so much with complaints and how they should fix the game, how he should make the second game. Mind you, this is made by one person. He I don't know what happened to him exactly, but he pretty much had a fucking breakdown because of all the people bothering him about the sequel, and he quit. He said, "Fuck this! I'm not making a Fez 2. Goodbye. I'm done with the game." Like this is, I feel like this is borderline what's gonna happen with Blue Box because like people are just all over them like that.
We're not gonna release Abandoned. Fuck you guys.
Yeah. This was Metal Gear 6. Damn it! Forget you.
Oh my god.
Even more punished Snake. How punished can he be? Let's find out.
Oh shit! I didn't even know this was made by one person.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Fez?
Dust.
Dust?
Yes.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh no, wait. Am I thinking of Rust? What's Dust? Is that the survival game?
No, I think the only thing I know with Dust is what is it? No, Dust. There's Dust. I think an Elysian Tale.
Yeah, an Elysian Tale.
Yeah, which is
made
like a kind of side scroller, really pretty art thingy. I never played it, but I just know that one. And I think there's also a game called From Dust where you play God.
What? I need to play that.
Is that like a black and white type of game? That the
No,
PC game?
neither of them were.
Oh, okay.
Oh, black and white.
You remember that game, Danny? Black and white?
Yeah. I spent some time.
All right, so there's that. That's the news of Blue Box. I'm still going to keep it up to date, and I'll probably mention something on the video to see if that fucking interactive shit, if you downloading. I still have it on my PlayStation.
If it gets released.
If it gets released. I have it on my PlayStation. I check on it every now and then because it's a quick load into title screen, and then it says come back later or some shit like that because it doesn't load. It happens. So I'll check on it as time.
Can I just mention one more game that was made by a single person?
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Fucking Minecraft.
2009. Minecraft.
All right, Notch.
Wasn't it a mod originally?
No. If it is, I'd have no idea.
I may be confusing with something else. All right. So final article, some more Blizzard stuff. So they are still putting themselves in deep water. There's an article that I found on Kotaku where they have been bad-mouthing Asmongold, saying what is wrong with the WoW community. Saying that he is what's wrong with the WoW community and why they are toxic. This was a response to the fact that Asmongold had said that the WoW community itself was trash, which is why he left it for Final Fantasy XIV. So now they're bad-mouthing one of the biggest names in pretty much Twitch and Warcraft and all that because they're trying to defend themselves on and stuff like that. So they're making a big deal about that. After everything else is going on, do you really think they should be focusing on Asmongold, Danny?
No, I think they need to worry about the game, but I think it's also just a nice scapegoat because of what's going on. They lost a lot of subscribers and people, and it doesn't have to do with that, but it trickled down to other Twitch streamers who are just as famous as him, also following suit. Well, let me give it a try as well. And he was just the first person to jump ship. It's kind of annoying. I mean, I've seen a few things with him. But it's very kind of annoying. He's also part of an original WoW group that made WoW be toxic. You know, like he has videos about loot ninja. You know how to steal from loot ninjas.
Okay.
How to do a proper loot ninja, which is frowned upon in the game. It's basically like if you need a certain want a Galahorn, right? And you know it drops at a certain boss, a certain percentage is really low. But if you finish the raid, there's a slight chance that the Galahorn is gonna drop. And instead, they have a way. You have a way to. They usually do rules when they do a raid, and they go, okay, this is gonna be a free loot. We're all gonna roll for whatever. Everybody has free rolls, so if some Galahorn drops, everybody can roll on it and try to win it. You know, it's gonna be RNG for you. But instead of Loot Ninja goes, they just take it, and because he's the main party leader usually.
Yeah.
And he just goes, oh, I take all the good shit and leave.
So you're agreeing that he did play a part in the toxic community, but Blizzard just shouldn't be
Yes, because
focusing on
he
that right
had
now, anyways.
exactly. He had original videos of showing how to do this stuff. Part of it, so screaming at people, bad mouthing just by rating people, and to begin with, because that is the WoW is the community is how it was. If you're doing it, everybody else is gonna do it, type of thing, and everybody else is doing it, and that's what it is. Final Fantasy is a much nicer community. People try to help you. Oh, it's easy. Oh, this mechanic is all you have to do. Like the raid we were doing. Oh, I don't even remember how to do this raid. Instead of everybody getting all pissed off because we fucking failed 3 times. Because we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
You know, they
Yeah,
got
nobody started fucking pounding on their keyboards, complaining and shit.
yeah, and it's an old dungeon. It's a
Yeah.
very old dungeon, and it should have been simple. But we didn't do anything special. So if it was WoW, it would have been the complete opposite, and they turned to that really quickly. They go, "Oh, I can't believe you don't know how to fucking tank, or you can't hear what's wrong with you. Or last time you played this fucking go kill you." It's like they get really into it really quick, and it's just part of the community.
I'm
So
gonna hold on. I gotta mention this now because I'm gonna take a nice break. Hold on.
Chug, 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 chug. More.
So, Destiny is the exact same way, Danny.
yeah, I can see that.
They are very toxic. Not so much with anything else because everything else can be played by yourself, except
Yeah.
for the raids. The raids are a pain in the ass to get a hold of or get a hold of a proper fire team. Because if you're searching for a fire team, you have to find people who are just as new and clueless as you. Because if you find someone, if you just jump into like some other person's fire team or whatever, and you tell them you don't know what you're doing, they're either gonna be pissed at you or boot you off. So it's like you're always expected to know everything. Like they've never been first timers before. And you have to have the right equipment too.
And in Final Fantasy, they have this thing called mentors. And literally, if you become a mentor, one of the responsibilities as a quote unquote mentor is going into a group and teaching them how to play. You know, and it's part of the game. You know, and that mentality has trickled down to their rates. When you do the highest level raid material, it's in LFG. There's a in-game looking for group, just like that Destiny thing you should do. There's an in-game version of it, but it has this is a green group, or this is a learning group, or this is just a test, or whatever it is, so we can learn the mechanic because we never done it, and they have different types. Or this is just to get treasure. That means you have to know it, and you have to know every fight. And you should know it, and they don't get super pissy with you. They go, dude, you're supposed to know this group. We're gonna have to boot you. That's literally it. Like, we have to boot you. You know why? This group was made for people only, professionals.
Yeah.
So it's
in Destiny's LFG, you'd be surprised how many people like on their title for the thread. In order for you to join their LFG, it says must know what you're doing, fast run, speed run, this and that, must have this, must have that. And I'm just just want to.
Yeah, I mean, and it is kind of ridiculous, and it's just and them trying to blame him, and what it is that Blizzard is trying to blame Asmongold and say that he helped create this community of toxic people, of toxic WoW players, and it's not true. It's just the game itself built that, because there's a lot of aspects in WoW that are very annoying that you can get pissed off at. Like, imagine, like, for what I heard, there's a certain food buff that you can get only at a certain time of the week. So I mean, you did your daily, you do your BS, you get this food buff, right? And you can only use it the one time to beat the raid, and you need the food buff in order to beat the raid. It's almost not
Seriously, like
possible to
it's a
do it. Yeah,
requirement.
kinda. Like, it's
Oh.
super hard to do it unless you're fully prepared. And then it's not it's just the food buff. There's other like little event buffs that you get. So basically, you spend a whole week prepping to do this raid, right? And then you wipe off of the stupidest mechanic in the world, and it resets and you lose all your shit.
Yeah. Oh, so you lose your buff.
you lose your buff.
Oof.
So all the work you did just went down the drain.
Yeah.
So would you be pissed?
Yeah, of course.
So that's what the WoW
Yeah.
made.
I
The
see
WoW
that.
community, the WoW game made that. They made that an aspect of the game that you're gonna get pissed if you lose your buff and you lose your chance to be able to farm this whatever it is you were doing just now, because that's what the game requires. Instead of having fun. Yeah, you die. You know, the whole point in Final Fantasy when you do a raid, is that you die a lot. You're gonna die a lot. The way we wiped, how we wiped like three times,
Mm-hmm.
that's normal for every single high level dungeon I've ever done. Right there,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody gets pissed, and you just keep going. 'Cause it's not that it doesn't take that long to restart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and
Thank God for those
yeah,
shortcuts.
yeah, and because there's no trash mobs, there's no stupid little mobs you have to kill or
Yeah.
mechanics that take forever, like 7 hours to do. I mean, they said that World of Warcraft for one of the dungeons came out had a 7 hour boss. Like, why would you want to play a game that has a 7 hour boss that the mechanic just is made to make you upset? So they're blaming on Asmongold. This is really stupid. And again, Asmongold is not the nicest person. He's really not. He's super arrogant. He's super over about himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has a huge head right now, especially. You know,
Especially
but
because he has that sway with the WoW community.
yeah,
Honestly.
exactly. And and he has this. I just brought a whole bunch of people over to Final Fantasy. Look how great I am,
Yeah.
type of thing. And I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just they're pointing the finger at the wrong thing where they should be basically pointing at themselves. They need to fix the game, plain and simple. And honestly, at this point, either you need to kill the game and just do WoW Part 2.
World of Warcraft 2.
Yeah, because there is no coming back. It's just way too far into it. There's no expansion that can save this really at this point, unless you
Oh,
revamp
they do another what's this
Cataclysm
called?
type of thing. Where
Cataclysm. Yeah.
yeah, they would have to do another Cataclysm and just totally destroy the game and have it restart fresh again, have it be new. And that's the only way they can really save right now, and they know that. But at the same time, every expansion they come out, it's gotta sell, it's gotta make tons of money, and you know.
All right.
So
So, Randy, what are your thoughts on all of that Danny said?
Basically with just like Osmongold being the scapegoat, that's literally no. The second that he said it, I was like, well, there goes my
Cataclysm
fucking
2,
statement.
Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, I mean, why not, right?
You were saying.
But no, they're just looking for anyone to fucking blame so that they don't have to how to put it. Kind of like basically they're just defending Activision and what they're doing just so they don't have to do anything else. Or I suppose like I don't know if I'm making sense of where that's going. But it's just they're like so fucking ingrained in WoW and in Blizzard and in Activision that they're more willing to say that someone else is wrong as opposed to admit that the company that they've been supporting for such a long time is actually really fucking shitty.
mhm.
Like it doesn't cost you anything to just cancel your subscription and fucking go to another game. Yes, there might be so much time that they put into it and so much money that they sunk in, not just on subscriptions, but even like fucking paid services, being, account transfers, mounts, the little fucking 0 to 60 jump or 80 or whatever the fuck the like minimum level cap is for most of the shit. And that I would kind of understand because, if I shelled out at least like how I'd say that definitely more than one fucking K. I'd be pretty fucking pissed in switching, but if something didn't stick with my morals and what I believe in and shit, like I'm not going to support that.
It's also
I haven't played WoW for
just in general the enjoyment of the game too. Like if you're not having fun
no,
with it
yeah,
anymore,
no,
move on.
of
But
course, because I
it's the
stopped
same
giving a
reason
fuck
why Danny
for
keeps playing
Warlords.
Destiny. You spent you spent a lot of time into it. You believe in the lore. You want to know what's going on in the story. You keep hearing stuff, and from what I hear, that there is stuff going on in the war that people want. They know certain people are gonna die or about to die or some shit like that. Some girl, I don't know, sorry, but they're excited about that, you know. But WoW is not pulling the trigger of the lore and the way they want, and that just pisses them off, or gives them pieces of it, but not all of it. Type of thing.
I put in more money in Destiny more than any other game I've ever owned. And I stopped playing for the past 4 months now, and that's probably it's probably the longest I've not played the game, and that's because yes, the game has become stale, has become repetitive. They kind of broke, me and Danny were talking about it. They kind of broke the game when they introduced super, or a new class, sorry, which is the stasis class, the darkness class. And there didn't interest me anymore, but I'm still itching the game only because of story, and I still keep up with like some YouTube videos. I still keep up with Bungie, like their weekly blogs and things like that, for their patches and nerfs and buffs, and for the story content, because the story is still so amazing. But I can't play the game anymore. I don't enjoy it. I haven't enjoyed it in quite a while, and I'm waiting for a big change, which isn't going to happen until their next huge expansion called the Witch Queen. It doesn't happen here. So I'm kind of just sitting there.
And then the sad part is the same thing like WoW. And I know it. As soon as when this comes out, you're gonna have maybe a month's worth of actual enjoyment, and then you're gonna go back to the same fucking thing. And you won't realize it. You're gonna be lying to yourself that, oh, this game's still great. The same way we did with the last ones. But if you deep down think about it, the last expansion was nothing. You know, it really wasn't. There was nothing to go home with.
I think I can't say you're right. It's 100% possible. It could happen. I do have faith in Bungie though, because you have to admit, compared to D1, they've learned a lot. Not just game mechanics and the game loop and the grinding and stuff, but also story, like how they present their story. It's still not exactly perfect the way that I want it to be, but they've been learning a lot. So little by little, they've been adding more things to it that the fans have wanted. So who knows? Like the Witch Queen could be that. So like, for example, when in D1, the game was getting stale already, even with each consecutive DLC that was releasing, up until they released the Taken King. When the Taken King came out, they had a massive surge of new players because there were so many new features in the game that it almost made it a new game. And that's what I'm kind of hoping for with Witch. May not be right, but that's what I'm hoping for with Witch Queen. And if anybody understands the parallel between the Taken King and the Witch Queen, yes, they are related, and it's part of this one odd story that's been going on the past 5 years. So I'm just hoping for a big change, and I'm hoping Witch Queen will be it. But Kevin, anyways, what about your thoughts on the Asmongold, on the whole Asmongold thing?
That was a whole ass switch. I wasn't even ready. I was looking at something on my phone. I understand the toxic community thing, and I agree with Randy in that point. I was like, you shouldn't be giving a fuck about what he has to say about the community, even if the person like was part of it, or like, as you say, created it. That's not the point that we care about. We care about the shit that you guys did, like, well, the things that were going on in your company, and you were pretty much allowing to happen. Nobody gives a fuck about somebody talking shit about World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft should have died like 10 years ago, or whenever the fuck it was supposed to die a long time ago.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck about that, honestly. Like, stop beating around the bush. Talk about the real matter. We know what we know what we're interested in. Nobody cares. No one. I'm not saying nobody cares, but I'm saying we don't care about the matter of this guy talking about Warcraft. We care about the allegations that you guys have with your company. That's what we really care about. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Most games have toxic communities. We know that. The only one I can't think of is Kingdom Hearts, but it's mainly probably because of speed running. But other than that,
I'm gonna take a shot for you.
I'm sorry, they're toxic as hell. Randy is proof.
No.
I am not toxic.
I'm talking about in the sense of
I know what you mean.
If me and Randy are playing what outside Minecraft, Kingdom Hearts, he's not gonna judge me for how I play.
Yeah. No,
He's
I'm just poking fun because if anything, Randy will just educate you on the whole thing.
Exactly. I will get it. It's like Randy is Navi when it comes to fucking Kingdom Hearts. All you just need to say is Kingdom Hearts, and he wakes up. He's like, "Hey, listen, okay." So
bro, I'll admit. Listen. I like mentally checked out of the conversation a little bit ago, just like for a brief moment.
And then Kingdom Hearts.
No. As in, like, I was here, like, I checked out, came by when you like fucking asked me for my opinion or whatever, and right as I was about to like lull off into just like staring at the screen. Fucking, I heard that and I was like, "Oh, okay, where are we going with this?" No, like Kevin is right though. I'm not gonna judge. Kevin plays Grounded. It's weird as hell, but I mean,
you play Grounded.
It's fun.
You're not catching me in the sky for what? To get shot?
No, I play Aerial. That's it. Kingdom Hearts 2 Aerial, and that's all you're gonna see from me.
So
Randy only saw me airborne one time.
Randy, hey Randy, what's in the box?
Fucking box.
Oh, we're still figuring that out.
Okay.
Well, we're not gonna know about the box until like after Melody of Memories.
But
like,
yeah,
Kingdom Hearts 4 probably isn't even gonna tell us what the fuck the box like contains.
a box of cereal.
The most that we get, right?
cereal.
It's just Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Or no, it's gonna be Rice Krispies.
It's gonna be fucking what's the main bad guy? They keep coming back to life.
Xehanort.
He's gonna be Xehanort.
It's gonna be his head.
That's something stupid. Like,
Xehanort's head.
No,
It's gonna be a Horcrux.
Okay.
but yeah.
it's somebody's heart. It's
Final
just
thought.
funny right now.
Final thought.
Final thought. Okay, cool. I like obviously everybody knows here I'm an avid fighting game player. There's a lot of things that people do in fighting games that it's considered toxic. Smash is taunting, like, and then like killing somebody or whatever. Those are all things.
How is taunting? I never got that. How is taunting like?
How is that
So if
toxic?
It's part of the game.
Okay.
Why is when they make it? It's fun.
Hold on. So it's fine if you like people do taunting to like as like I'm not saying it as always, but it's like to show respect for the other person. Like even if it's a new player, you both taunt. Everybody taunt.
It's not the definition of what a taunt is, though.
No, but that's
it's really not.
It's not. But that's what I'm saying. If you're playing somebody that doesn't know how to play and you taunt, they're not gonna take it as oh, he's styling on me, and then it's like, oh, that's a cool taunt. They're gonna take it as, wow, that's very disrespectful, which is a taunt. That's the point of it. But
That's the point of a taunt. You
that
whoop
is.
their ass. Taunt.
But when you're like skilled and then you taunt somebody, like it's always, I don't know, it's mainly high level. Like they would usually taunt.
It's usually high level that they don't. He taunted. He's popping off on him. He's popping off.
Yeah. But you could pop off by doing combos and stuff like that. But in Dragon Ball, key charging is not meant to be used as a taunt, which it is. That's where I find like it's like key charging is just like powering up. But if the person doesn't know what's going on and you're beating them up and then you just start powering up in front of them and they're like just scared, you're like, oh, he doesn't know what's gonna happen next, and then you just beat him up. Like that's a form of like toxic gameplay in Dragon Ball.
I don't know. That's gameplay though. Like that's different from like, for example, in Halo, you're expecting people to teabag you. That's not part of the gameplay. That's someone just hovering over you and crouching up and down on your corpse. Like that's more of something disrespectful and toxic. Like that's something
the thing with
I think there's a
the thing with
difference between
taunting is that
disrespectful and toxic though.
The thing with taunting is that it's like, yeah, sure, it's like a thing that every single character has animated for them, but also it's like they're taking the time to literally make some space to just make fun of you and then go in for the kill, as if like you're not important enough to just finish off right then and there. It's just showboating. That's all it really is.
Yeah, but that's still, I don't know. I still don't see that as toxic. I still see that as just.
You'll be surprised.
It's a little bit.
You know, it's funny.
It's a little bit bad mannered, honestly.
You want to know what's funny?
I'm guilty of doing it.
We're not. I would just say this. You're gonna see toxic gameplay on Tuesday. I'm gonna play you with a very toxic team. No, just so I can show you how bad it is. And all I'm gonna say is fight for your life. That's it.
Fight for my life.
Fight for your life. Fight like I'm trying to kill you.
I need to practice before we play on Tuesday.
You definitely do. I'll do 350
I'm gonna do the same combo for like 50 times. That's about it.
The term of toxic behavior is bad mouthing and belittling people to the point where they either don't
Don't want
want
to
to
play the
play the
game.
game or don't feel comfortable doing something or doing their mechanic. That's what the concept of toxic is. You
Toxic
somebody
is also getting mad for literally no fucking reason. One time I was playing Mortal Kombat X. No. Let me explain. If you're just a shit sport and you don't know how to take a fucking loss, then that's just you being a toxic person. Because toxic doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing something bad to the other person. It's just like you're just a shitty player. Not like
I can see that.
not that you
I
have
can
no
see that,
skill,
yeah.
but just that you lack sportsmanship. That's what toxicity really
That
is.
could be, yeah, that could
So-
be toxic. Yeah, I
so-
can
Yeah,
see
because
that.
what is it? I was playing MKX.
We're talking about toxic community though, not toxic
Oh no,
person.
I know. But
Like
but
a person could be
Kevin was just
emotionally
pinpointing if anything.
Huh?
Because what is it? What Kevin was pinpointing at anything? Because one thing that that Dan did say was that Asmongold was the one that kind of like showed how to properly like loot ninja or anything. So if anything, he was this video I never really saw. He was kind of to blame in a sense, quote unquote, for this certain community. So that one toxic person led to all these other toxic people.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just like one toxic behavior leading into another, or just like kind of a chain reaction. Domino effect of
And again, the toxic community, like they talk, the whole point of this one was that like that basically that the Osmongold was the reason why they said that in an article the Osmongold is
he
the reason
responsible? Is he
responsible
responsible? Like, is he
for like
responsible?
the toxicity
He played
of
a part.
WoW, and it's like no, they all played a part, but the majority of what played the part, what made the game so toxic, what made you become a toxic player, is the game itself. It's how the game had to be played. Everybody had to be perfect. You had to know. You had to watch videos, practice the dungeon on your own somehow before you got into just a random group or whatever it was, or in any group. Because if you didn't do all that, then you were considered to be a horrible fucking scum of the earth brand, and how dare you come into my group? And that's what that world, the game, created that by making it the level of difficulty or the level of grinding or the level of all the aspects that I had to do. So, and again, it's just like them looking to blame somebody when they should blame themselves. They fucked up, you know.
Randy, final thought.
Other.
Wait, what do you consider rage quitting then? Is that toxic?
No, you're just
Just being a
angry.
bitch.
You're just a poor sport.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's it. Because it doesn't involve you. That doesn't cause you to feel like shit for the game. That doesn't cause you to be like, oh, I don't want to play the game anymore. Like that's just some asshole gave up.
I mean, yeah. But that can't discourage somebody.
So before we're done with the new stuff, but before we go,
Randy.
Oh yeah, Randy.
Final thought. No, I gave my 2 cents already.
Okay.
Again, it was Sober Danny, me, and then Kevin.
So before we end it, there was a quick Kotaku article that I had read before. They had 2 sources that had told them of this information, that Diablo 4 game director Louis Barriga and lead designer Jesse McCree of World of Warcraft designer and Jonathan LeCraft, all 3 of them were let go of Blizzard on Wednesday. So they're firing and getting rid of people now. Slowly but surely. So that's just a part of the Blizzard news that we were talking about. So I don't know if that's progress. I don't know if they were fired or let go because they were part of the problem, but I guess at least something's going on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There was a point that I wanted to make with that. And it was something that Danny said about leaving the company is a good thing. I don't really think it's a good thing to leave the company, because you pretty much you escape it, but that like it's still going on. You know what I mean? Like,
what do you mean when the CEO left?
No. Like you just leaving the company, like you just quitting. Yeah, and like walking away from the issue.
The problem is that if you stood there, you chance good you're influencing. You're saying that all this is okay.
You're enabling.
You're saying that you're enabling these people because obviously, but if you try to be brave, and it sucks that it is like this, if you try to be brave and go, these fucking people are assholes, they're harassing all these people, what's that gonna end up happening is gonna lose your job. which sucks.
But
So
if
you have that fear. So if you're able to leave on your own and go, look, I can't deal with this. I know HR is not going to do anything. If I say anything to HR, I'm just going to lose my job. I'd rather just leave on my own, go find a new job, and then get out of the situation. It's like being in a bad marriage.
So it's save yourself, but forget about everybody else.
It does go both ways. Yeah, that's the thing though. Like you could just be quitting because you're saving yourself because you were involved in it and you just don't want any part of it anymore because you might get fired, or you may be leaving, as Danny said, because you're trying to save your job and trying to save the headache of everything that's going on, and you don't want to be in this toxic environment anymore. So you're gonna leave on your own accord, but it works either way. I feel like the only person that ever steps down in anything just to save their own ass is like CEOs.
CEO, like top heads.
When they step down, it's to save their own ass so they can still move on and go somewhere else.
Yeah, and that's obvious. When somebody bigwig decides to step down, or just to avoid getting fired,
So who's the new CEO of Blizzard Activision?
There isn't any. They have two people leading right now, but they're not labeled as CEOs.
They're both gonna quit. You're gonna give it to the janitor. The janitor's gonna quit too.
All right. So there's that. So we're gonna move on because we're gonna be running short on time soon. We're gonna go to the guess the game screenshots again. I started school this week, so I could not start the Jeopardy stuff. So I will promise that I will get it done though for the next episode. We're gonna be gaming Jeopardy.
Are we gonna have the buzzers?
Yeah, we're gonna get the buzzers.
Yes. Let's go.
So we're gonna transition here to a blank screen, and we're gonna start with the first picture, and you guys are gonna guess what this game is based off the picture. Anybody else on the chat, they can play along. Try not to yell out the answers, just give the chat some time to answer as well, or whatever. We'll see how it goes. We'll get back here. Just don't shout it. Don't like say it immediately. All right, first one. Yeah. So, Danny got it. Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain. Yeah, that one. Castlevania? No, it is not. Although I can see where the Castlevania thing is. Yeah, but that's not Castlevania. It is Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen. This one. All right. Okay. Okay. Randy, do you know? This is Metroid. Which one? No. Yeah, it is. Super Metroid. What is next? It's Duke Nukem. No. No. Who? No, that reference went over my head. Danny? So it's Bionic Commando. Yeah, right. All right. All right, Kevin. Punch out. On what? I didn't even do anything. Oh shit. Are you serious? You can't hear anybody? Hold on a second.
Ooh.
I think I know why too. That was my fault.
Danny out here talking to ghosts.
That should work. Can you guys hear him? Hear
There we
yourselves
go.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The game was
about now?
super.
So the first one was Blood Omen.
Yeah.
Legacy
So the first one's
King.
Blood Omen.
What was
Second
the
one was
second one?
Metroid. Third one was Bionic Commando.
By Suburban Commando.
Suburban
Suburban
Commando.
Commando. No, Suburban Commando. So was strong. And then this is Mike
Hulk
Tyson.
Hogan got in there.
This is Mike Tyson Punch Out.
This is Mike Tyson's Punch Out. All right. So going on to this one.
Ooh, baby. I love this game.
Can Danny or Randy guess this?
The fuck is this?
I don't think Danny's played this.
Actually, I don't know what this is. This is like a Nintendo game.
No.
Definitely.
No, definitely not.
I'll give you a clue. It's a PSP game.
No.
It is nice graphics.
Yeah.
Diablo was shit this good.
Yep. I definitely.
Nevin, what is this?
Give me one second. No, I
you
want
looking
them
it
to
up?
guess it. No, I want them to guess
He's doing a
it. I want
Google
them to
image search.
guess it. Struggle. Go ahead, Dan. You can tell him.
It is Dragon's Crown.
Because he didn't know what it was. So
Nope, not at all.
Did you seriously not? You played this game.
No, I played Dragon Crown. I love this style because of Musashi Blade.
Oh yeah.
Very fancy Musashi.
No, sorry.
No, Musashi.
Muramasa.
Yeah, it's by the same people.
Yeah.
All right. So next one. And we did talk about this game.
What's that game for the iPhone?
Oh, Einhander. I'm sorry.
You shouted it out too.
I'm sorry.
R-Type. I can see where R-Type is, but no, it is Einhander. It was for the PS1.
Oh, for the PS1. Dude, that game has such a good fucking soundtrack.
I hand it for 1,300, please.
Oh shit! Damn, that was really exciting.
Good guess though. Yeah, I could see R-Type, but yeah, R-Type was definitely more retro than that.
Yo, the whole time I was waiting for Dan to fuck with me and just put like fighters, and then I just scream it like Dragon Ball Fighters.
You know what you gotta do one day because he's not gonna remember.
What?
Do that old Dragon Ball. Remember that Dragon Ball Beta game for
GT?
the PC?
Oh, PC.
No, the PC one that was like a super beta game. They were testing it out. It was really fun to play. It was a fighting game. I have to find the name of that game.
I don't remember.
We had it on the PC. It was super beta. They only did a beta, but we were like, "Oh, I hope this game becomes real one day." And the only world they had was the training world.
The hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah, hyperbolic is the hyperbolic time chamber.
I don't remember that at all.
And sometimes you would see Shinra in the background type of thing.
Oh
fuck, that was awesome. Yeah, basically, it's what now that I think about it, it's actually what those like Dragon Ball type, what am I like the Kakarot type game actually came out to be kind of like that, but we played it back on the PC a long time ago. It was just a beta, and we fucking loved it.
I gotta find it. I'm gonna look that up.
Anyway.
W word, this is not Commando. It is a Super Nintendo game.
Is that a Contra game?
No.
Contra, no.
Super Contra. I don't know what the fuck.
Kevin, you saw me streaming this game.
Oh, this is a game that was tripping me the fuck out because it kept changing so much. No, Randy knows the name. I just know the game. I'm fucked.
Does he?
What?
Yeah.
This. I know this isn't that one game with the ninja that keeps on like changing from 8 to 16-bit or some shit.
No.
Or like 16 to 32.
Yeah, that's a recent game. This is a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Game. It was The Messenger.
Which is really good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm lost on this one.
This is Blackthorn.
Fuck.
This was a style that played a lot like Prince of Persia, except the dude had a shotgun. I like take cover. You like hide in the background and take cover and then kind of shoot. It was the same,
nothing like it.
same platforming concept as Prince of Persia. And this is the final one.
Final countdown.
What the dick?
I remember playing this
fuck
game
is
when I
that?
was at a very young age. I don't
Is
know.
that Fix It Felix?
I will-
No.
I will-
It's like a
No,
pedophile
you damn
version of fucking
fetus.
Bond.
Just got one.
Venture Island. 1300.
Fuck is that?
Adventure Island, old Nintendo game. I'm gonna get some harder ones for you guys because you guys are guessing everything pretty right. I need to find some obscure shit for you. So don't get mad. Don't get mad when I pick out some stuff that you should know and kind of don't know. I don't know.
Put some black and white footage, see if anybody recognizes it.
Bring some Atari. Sorry,
Atari?
Coleco Vision. Some ColecoVision stuff on here.
Yeah. All right, so that is it. Guess the game is over. We're going to end the show now. Do not forget our community question that we'll be asking every single week until the end of the month, when we'll start talking about it on the first week of the month, September. What video game made you the gamer that you are today? That is the community question. So we'll talk about that in a couple or quite a few weeks from now. Again, don't forget to subscribe to Twitch or follow from Twitch, subscribe to YouTube. We'll post up the episode on YouTube. And of course, all the individual news content stuff will be on well. Check out thedrunkenguardian.com for all the links, as well as some game reviews that I work on, or the coalition.com. You can also check out the coalition.com for other game reviews and gaming news. They also have news on animes and movies and TV shows and a lot of shit. So they have a lot of good nerdy stuff on there. That's pretty much it. So don't forget, follow. And Kevin, you got your own Twitch and YouTube and Instagram and a lot of shit.
Yes, I do have a Twitch and a YouTube and Instagram and a lot of shit. I don't know what the lot of shit's gonna be though. So yes, I have my own Twitch. I stream. I try to stream every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I usually switch the schedule up depending on if I feel like streaming that day. But that's the main schedule. My host is Boneless Bones _TV for Twitch, and for my YouTube, it is just Boneless Bones no _TV. I mainly do fighting games. I sometimes do classic games like I'm beating Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Sunday is Mega Man Sunday, or it's Mega Man Sundays, but it's spelled with an X instead of an S. I know, it's very clever. Ooh, he's so
Mega
smart.
Man Sundays.
Sundays. And I like to see you guys over there. Stay powerful, stay beautiful.
Cool. And then Randy, you're gonna start streaming tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about tomorrow, but
I'm excited for that.
At some point,
all right,
it'll definitely be Kingdom Hearts 2 or Okami. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I was like,
Okami. I have that on my Switch. I should stream that shit too.
Okami's such a horrible fucking game. Why would you anybody want
Okami?
I'm joking.
I was about to.
Wait, I have a question. Has anybody played Catherine?
Yeah, that's a great game.
Okay. Are you gonna do full body or the base?
I'm gonna do full body. I've never played base, but I need to buy the base.
Full body has an additional story to it because it's another Catherine that's in it.
Yeah.
So it's the same game, but also very fucking different.
Okay.
So honestly, the game itself is the same. The story's
no. I mean the story. That's what I mean. As in like very different. To be fair though, both could be played individually and still have their kind of own novelty. Mm-hmm. So you don't need to play the first one, like the base one, in order to like play full body. That's gonna be interesting. I want to see you play full body. I want to see you play full body.
I want to see you struggle on those puzzles.
Shut the fuck up. You want to know what's funny? I'm not the smartest person, but me playing that game, the main reason I fell in love with Catherine, and it was just watching somebody play it, was because I've watched the original, and it was just the drink cocktails and like how very detailed they were. I don't know. I don't even drink. I was like 19 at the time. I couldn't drink, but them explaining the cocktails, I was just like, man, this is fucking cool.
Oh, Catherine's old. Yeah,
Catherine's old, bro.
Yeah. All right, so
when did it come out? Hold on, I have to find out.
Well, find it on your own.
You got me questioning this.
Find it on your own.
2011. 10 years?
Yeah. Holy shit, 10 years. Yeah. Sounds about right. I think I played. Damn, when did I play Catherine? Was I still in the military? I was still in the military. Yeah. Shit.
Danny out there dealing with the dope problems in the military. He's like, what is this responsibility?
Oh man. All right. So goodbye, everybody. Good night, Danny. You too.
Peace.
Random. Cobra Guardian. We'll see you guys. So again, I will be streaming from now on Mondays, Wednesdays. Is it Mondays? Holy shit. Oh my god, I forgot my schedule.
Today's Thursday, bro.
No. Streaming, not like I forgot what my streaming schedule is. Sorry. Saturdays, Sundays, and Tuesdays. That's when I'll be streaming. So that's my schedule. Check out the Twitch account for the schedule as well, in case you forget, or just follow so it'll notify you when I'm on. And Kevin will be kicking my ass and teaching me Dragon Ball again this coming Tuesday, just like he did this Tuesday. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. We played for like fucking 2 hours. It was crazy. Yeah. So good night, everybody. See you guys.
Night.